All right, and finally, our first installment of Free Money, where I will give you some of my best bets for this week and games to take, along with who to start and who to sit for fantasy. If you have a fantasy team, these are the guys you should play. Or if you do daily fantasy, these are guys you definitely want to pick up that won't kill your budget necessarily either. All right, let's get right into it. My week 1 picks. Game number 1, I'm taking the Bears over the Lions. The Lions are getting 2.5 points. Quite frankly, I think the Bears are going to win this game. Mitch Trubisky, as much as we talked about him and how he hasn't been great, he's been phenomenal against the Lions. He's undefeated. Matt Patricia's defenses have not given him a hard time to this point. There's no reason why that shouldn't continue. And I think the Bears defense on the other end, the Lions offense has gotten a little bit better this offseason, but so is the Bears defense. I think Khalil Mack and Robert Quinn are going to give them a hard time, and they have a very good secondary. So the Bears are winning this game. Take the Bears over the Lions. All right, game number 2. I don't like giving away this many points, but I'm taking the Colts over the Jaguars. The Colts are favored by 7.5, in some places 8. That's a lot of points, so be wary with this one. But I think the Jaguars are horrible this year. I don't think their defense can't stop a nosebleed. They got rid of Jalen Ramsey. They got rid of Nweke Ngakwe. They got no one that can stop the Colts' run game. And I think the passing game is going to be a lot better too. They got a Hall of Fame quarterback now with Phillip Rivers. T.Y. Hilton's back. He's going to be ready to show the world what he can do coming off an injury. And then you got Jonathan Taylor who can run the ball. And on the defensive side, they're very solid too. So I think they're going to run away with this one. And I think they're going to win it by at least 10 points. Take the Colts. Finally, this is the one I feel strongest about. The Rams over the Cowboys. The Cowboys are favored by 3. So the Rams are getting points here. And I think the Rams are going to win. Straight up, I like Jared Goff more than most. He's got some new weapons. They don't have to worry about Todd Gurley anymore. They got a new running back, Cam Akers, the rookie, who's getting rave reviews out of camp. They also got this kid, Jefferson, who has also been getting very high reviews from Sean McVay, the rest of his teammates out of training camp. And that's added to the fact that they got Tyler Higbee, weapon. You got Brandon Cook, weapon. You got Cooper Kupp, another weapon. And then on the defensive side, you got Jalen Ramsey and you got Aaron Donald. So that's going to be able to slow down the Cowboys enough. I think the Rams are going to take this one. And Sean McVay has been very good in openers. I think they've won their last 3 opening games, 2 or 3 opening games. Sean McVay teams are very good in opening games to the season. Finally, a little bonus one here too. Take the Broncos to win over 7.5 games. Before the season, their line is 7.5 games total at the end of the year. This is a layup. I know Marshall will be hammering this one too. Take the Broncos. They're going to win more than 7.5. That is an easy one. Jump on that before the season starts. All right, finally, to our fantasy stuff. Here's the guys you can start or you should sit. Start Matt Ryan. He's going to have a good game. It's going to be a shootout against Seattle. Neither defenses are very good. And Matt Ryan has had a ton of success over the Seahawks and Pete Carroll defenses. And I got news for you. This particular Pete Carroll defense is not very good. This is not one of Pete Carroll's better defenses. Matt Ryan has a QBR over 100 against Pete Carroll. And this year should be no different, especially because it's going to come down to who gets the ball last. And I'm a big fan of their running game, so they're going to be airing it out a ton. Take Matt Ryan this week. Also, take Tariq Cohen. Montgomery's out. Trubisky doesn't throw the ball downfield. He should get a lot of touches in the checkdowns, and he's going to get a couple extra carries too with Montgomery out. Start T.Y. Hilton. I already told you, he's going to be ready to show the world what he can do coming off an injury, and he has scored in his past 2 openers, and now he's got Phillip Rivers throwing to him this year, so that's an upgrade. Start DJ Chark for the Jaguars. Jaguars are going to be chasing points, like I mentioned. They're going to be losing most of this game, if not the whole game. Gardner Minshew has no weapons. They got no running game. His only weapon, DJ Chark, his number 1 receiver. He's going to be getting a lot of targets, should be getting a lot of catches. Start DJ Chark. Finally, start Tyler Higbee at tight end. The Cowboys allowed the most receptions to tight ends last season. Higbee's the tight end for the Rams. Guess who they're playing? Dallas Cowboys. Start Tyler Higbee. Sit Le'Veon Bell. He's going to be splitting carries with Frank Gore, but we don't know how they're going to use him in the offense yet. I wouldn't trust him this week, and they're facing a stout Bills defense. Sit Miles Sanders. He has a bad hamstring. He hasn't practiced at 100% yet. I'd be cautious about starting him. Boston, he's a guy that could be a sleeper this week. I don't think Sanders is going to be at full go, and I'd be wary about starting him. I would sit him. Finally, Devontae Parker. I like Devontae Parker. He's a stud. He's on my fantasy team. But he's facing a top-ranked New England pass defense in week 1, and he's a little banged up in training camp. I'd stay away from him. That is all I got. Those are the guys you should start. Those are the guys you should sit. Listen to my advice if you want to win for free money.